What is up, everyone in the chat? I see there's a person watching. Thank you for tuning in to this amazing show about the reveals that had happened earlier today. Now in the US on the East Coast, it was around 3 o'clock-ish, 2:30-ish that we got that. I kind of only caught the beginning of it, and then I came home and spent time with my family, had dinner, and then reviewed everything that was said and really digest what was released and the news, the bomb that was dropped on the community, which I'll get to much later on with the Custodian. First thing is first, I'm excited. I'm excited for Huron Blackheart. Huron Blackheart, I never knew about him until recently. Okay, it's not about the lore, although it became about the lore. Let me explain. So I never knew he existed, but I did know the Chaos Codex, which had their color scheme, which I loved. It was black and red and really out there. I mean, there's red and gold. Sure, there's red and silver. Okay, but black and red? Come on. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's very close to the Slaneshi black and pink, but, here it is, its own flair, right? But Huron Blackheart, the lore behind this is that the Astral Claws were sent out to protect a region of space, but they kept on suffering casualties, and they sent for help and bureaucracy and stuff like that. Help never really came, but they needed more people to stem the tide of the chaos that was coming out of the rift or rend in the universe. So they took it upon themselves, instead of giving an inquisitional tithe to the Imperium, they decided that they would keep the gene seeds to themselves and create more Marines, because that's the only thing that was stopping them. They're not getting reinforcement. They need to stem the tide of all the chaoses coming out. There was a desperate situation, so they did what they had to do. They said, you know what, Imperium? No, because we need more soldiers so we can fight this good war to protect all of humanity. Well, the Imperium didn't see it that way. The Imperium saw it that it was a slight. It was like slap in the face. Like, it was not going to go unanswered. So finally, there was this whole big bad ab thing. You can look at it. It'll take me way more than 2 hours of talking to explain the bad ab war. But suffice to say, he would play the key role in it, and he built his legion, and they cut him off, and they tried to kill him off. But he was resilient enough to say, And by the time they actually found out that he was building a legion and he wasn't giving the tide back in there, he had created a legion, an army of Space Marines, powerful enough to combat any kind of thing that the Inquisition could send that way. So, I mean, there he is, Huron Blackheart. He was a good guy. He was trying to do the good guy thing, but he fell into chaos because they did not support him. Right? And they neglected him, and he was supposed to be the hero, and he turned out to be the villain. And they made him into the villain. They made him to the villain because he did the wrong thing. He should have given the tide back. But if he would have done so, him and his whole crew would have gone and eliminated, and then they would be gone, right? No. Anyhowsers, my favorite color scheme is exactly how I got introduced to this legion over here, and I love it. I love the red. I love the crimson. We'll get Huron Blackheart a little bit better. I'll just scroll down so I won't hurt your eyes here. Amazing new sculpts that are coming out, and they released today, the Maelstrom. And such cool models. So it's made out of, old friends and new luminaries from across the Corsair Empire and Blackheart's inner circle. They're eclipsed in brilliance only by their savagery. The three hail from the dark days of the Bad Ab War. We got Garadon, the Corpse Master, right? And that's the Lord Apothecary and the formal Astrokar Qatar Gritex, and the cold-hearted headsman, formerly of the Executioners, and Garland Soul Eater, a master manipulator and deadly sorcerer, once under the banner of the Mantis Warriors, and now is in Huron's power. And this is their retinue. All these retinue can be used outside of just using him. Like, they don't always are exclusive to him. So you can use the retinue within the armies. I suppose as units. Now, the rule hasn't come out yet, but this is what they implied. Red Corsairs, coolest thing. I love her on the disc because she is some general of a fleet commander who led the Imperial forces, but now is, become a bit of a pirate and reads the Red Corsairs. Plus the word Corsairs, for me, a Corsair is a fast ship, right? So it's also, nautical and stuff like that. Nautical, dude. I couldn't help it. So you have her as captain. I love the screens. I love the entire diorama. This apothecary who's squishing the other person. Now, if you look closely, the person is like dying in agony. He lost a leg. And I don't think he's waiting for him to perish in order to take out his gene seed. He doesn't, whatever. He does his butcher's work, He's not very kind. You have this lizard guy, a girl. Actually, it's a girl. They mentioned that it was a she, and this dog bit off its hand when they first met. But, this thing is going to get big. All right, let's get into Huron Blackheart. You've seen the sculpt before, so I'm not going to dwell on this one. This one's already been released. I think it's magnificent. There is somebody who 3D printed this just by looking at the picture. Wild, but that's thievery. Somebody really put their heart and soul into making this, and I think you're stealing from them. Here is that apothecary, really, really nasty. If you look at that person's face on the bottom right, you can definitely see that he is quite still alive, and his leg was kind of chopped off, but ouch. There are his legs right there. And he's just gonna take his gene seed right from him. All right, next up, this guy over here, and he's an executioner. And we got 8 heads dangling from him. He's supposed to invoke fear into everyone, in case anybody tries to, backstab Huron or anything like that. They're gonna have to deal with this bad boy right here. Oh boy. Next up, you have the Psyker. Also used to be a Mantis warrior, and now is a Psyker. And tremendous power. I do like the theme that they got in there, the black and the gold, but this is like a greenish black. You see the cloak? It's greenish black, definitely. I love that. I really do love the new sculpts. I love this girl right here. This girl is fantastic. This leader right here. Amazing ravens, skulls right there. That's what it appears like. But I like raven motif. And this one, which I think is interesting. I mean, I like dogs in 40K. I do like the dogs in 40K, even the wild demo dogs that you see here. All right. So, boom. All right. So they're also releasing this box set right here that has a lot. We got Terminators, right? We have the Traitor Guard, which is cool to see. And we have Red Corsair Raiders. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at them closely. They do have a unique flavor to them. They do. I was just thinking about painting up my infantry. But this is very unique. There's no iconography on this person's chest. It just looks totally different. That when I see there's a hodgepodge of different plates of armor here going from this to there. It really looks like pirates, and the heads are really cool. They look like tribal people, which is fantastic. It is fantastic. Oh my gosh, these heads are absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. And the armor pieces, look at this shield, so unique. There's some upgrade sprues. I might just go into these. These look so cool. Look at this dude. Look at this dude right here. Oh my god, he's gorgeous. I'm gushing over this miniature over here. Gorgeous. He has that knife in the front just hanging down. Oh, the leather gloves. The leather gloves. Oh, the plume. The black and red plume. Falling in love. I should not. Beakies. Now we have a beaky helmet. And ironically, the Space Wolf that I'm going to be painting tonight is going to have a beaky helmet as well. You have this guy shooting off his grenade, his smoke grenade. Oh, so cool. So cool. Love that. Love that. Red Corsairs coming over here. We have the captain. This is what I was gushing over. Oh, the red plume. Look at him. I think there's two ways to paint him, which is great because I love both of them. Oh my gosh. I just love them. Although this doesn't have the big circle of chaos, which I really do like. But it is still cool. I like that his power sword is curved, you know? It's like Falchion or something. So cool. And the mace, look, it looks like a power mace. It's glowing and sparkling on the inside. Oh, so good. I gush over miniatures is what I do. This is supposedly your regular chaos dies, but with the upgraded heads. Very tribal. Like he has piercings. I like that there seems to be a lot of different nationalities, like diversity in there. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That's a step in the right directions. Let's take a better look at these. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so these are like upgrade screws. And these heads are fantastic. I love them, the helmeted ones as well as the non-helmeted ones. But the non-helmeted ones are pretty cool because it really does look tribal. Oh, here are your Terminators. And I'm telling you, out of all the Terminators, these look the coolest. I love the red and black. That's my favorite color scheme here. And the Trader Guardsman, which is also tribal. I like that. Definitely like the look of this one right here with the red stripe across his face. Oh, and the black stripe. The ones with the stripes across the face are pretty cool. Trader Guardsman. Okay. So there it is. Those are the upgrades. This is the upgrade sprue. But I only see 5 unhelmeted heads, right? You don't see anything else. Now, these, some have helmets and some don't, but I don't know if these are the helmets. I suppose these are the helmets that come, right? With the regular things, the regular Marines. So I might be painting up all my Marines in this color scheme. I don't know if I would be a Red Corsair per se. I don't think I'll take the iconography, but I think the color scheme, oh, it's so good. I love it. I love it so much. I just do. I don't know. This might be it for me. For one of my Chaos Warbands. I mean, I have so many, right? All right, in any case. Those are the upgrade sprues over here. Seems minimal. Why would they only give 5 heads? I have no idea why they would only give you 5 heads in these options over here. It seems like a bit much. Okay. And of course, you have your decals over here. All right, Red Corsairs, pretty cool. Yes, awesome. Let's go on to another one. Let's talk about the Eldritch Raiders Battle Force. These are all Raiders. Now, I do not play Eldari, but I hear Prince Uriel is pretty BA. And from a sculpt concern, his details are really, really nice. I really like them. I really like the face on the knee. Let me see if I can bring this up a little more. Prince Uriel. You can get it totally in view. All right, there it is. I like the face on the knee, like the jester, because then again, I like the Harlequins. So, I mean, there it is. You see the stones, the Elmers right there, and you can almost see the smug look on his face. Like, I have everything under control. I'm an elf after all. Got those tool banners, and you have different options to build prints. You have the Sky Reavers coming in over here. They look phenomenal. I like that they're jumping off of, like, they don't have the clear. Oh, let me bring it back up. They don't have the clear stands. They actually have some rock stands, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that. At the same time, it was, I don't know if it would be hard to cut off. Nah, probably not. You'd have to cut it up. I think it takes an extra step to cut it off. But I like that they did this. This is really nice. I mean, I guess I can green stuff and putty and build that up and make it into different shapes so they look differently as they're flying off the base, but they certainly do look majestic. Let me lower this to get in the center as much as I can. And looking glorious is all I can say. Very majestic. This one's doing Saturday Night Fever disco, like Saturday Night Fever, right? That's what I'm that's what he looks like to me anyway. Does appear that way for certain. Alrighty, we have we have 2 people watching in the chat. Thank you, both of you, for tuning in to this. The bomb of custodians has been dropped. That's going to be getting to later, but we're just going to review of all the things that were released. I love this guy's crystal gun. His diamond gun and his diamond sword. That looks so nice. I love this part. You see the little X, little star? So it looks almost ice-like. I might do that for one of my Space Wolf power weapons. I think I'm going to do this. I have to remember to do this because that's pretty neat. All right. I love the sparkle on these guys. Very cool. This guy's wearing a turban or something. I don't know. He got a bandana on his. He has a bandana on his helmet, or he has a hat on his helmet, or is the hat the helmet? I'm a little confused about this one. Okay, and this weapon here looks like the claw from a claw machine. A little bit interesting. This guy definitely looks forced and determined. I like the wings flaring up, and he just like, how dare you get my order of Frappuccino wrong? Dare you? All right, moving right along. Mohawk Central. Love the Mohawks. First off, I think all the people here should have Mohawks. I think that should be a thing. That should be a requirement. If you go to Wear the Wings, have the Mohawk, because these things are lovely, especially the black and red hair. I love the way they painted that. The contrast is absolutely phenomenal. His dead-like skin is like white, pale, undead skin. It looks like a vampire. He even has red eyes, if you look closely. Gorgeous. The way it was painted was absolutely great. It actually glows, and I love it. And, I can see that the highlights, the edge highlighting has a tint to them. In other words, there's flow or fluorescent in there that's really making it pop. Oh, so gorgeous. Okay. So, and she is definitely awesome. All right. We have a Karseth, which that mask is interesting. Sort of buggy. Let's get into the center here. Wearing a gas mask. I guess that kind of looks like an insect. Interesting choice there. Interesting choice. Okay. The Viper and Starfang, because it kind of looks the samey, but a little different. I guess. Right? It's interesting that it has that pop-up technology, so it looks like a hard tap retractable roof for a car, That really does look like that. I do love the edges of the flyers. I've always loved the Eldardi flyers. I think they're pretty neat. This section, the way it's separated, I wonder if it's going to be sturdy enough, in transport and whatnot. I hope it is. I hope it is, but it kind of looks like it might be weak around this area here towards the back. And this could easily get caught on something and rip this right off the supports. You be careful when you're packing this guy, I would think. But everything else looks pretty cool. The segmented thing looks pretty cool. It looks like a little bigger because of the empty space. I liked what they did there. But yeah, aside from it being sensitive. And of course, this is the remake. That was the Ridge, and this is the remake where it has a backwards facing gun, which is pretty cool because the flyer, all they have to do is concern themselves with flying. They don't have to worry about shooting, right? While behind them, once they pass them, they're going to get bombarded with stuff. I love the technique. I love Eldari flyers. I think they're really, really cool. And if I were to start an Eldari army, I think it might be all like flyers and stuff like that, but it would have to be Harlequins because 1, it's a hard paint job. And I like challenge myself. And 2, I think I'd paint them in a deck of cards, like the diamonds, the clubs, and all that. I think they would definitely, of course, they are the jokers. All right, and then we have these range. I believe these raiders are brand new. And yeah, they are nicely done, actually. Again, I like the Mohawk. There's the side hawk. There's a side hawk up there. The Mohawk in the middle, and then more hats or helmets with bandanas on it, with their soul stones on a bandana, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Eldar players rejoice. Rejoice. All right, so there's that. Let's go on to the next one. Next reveal. Okay, so they have Maelstrom books, just like the 400 Worlds books for Titus. So they have different things. They have campaigns. They have stories. They have like a complete package. So if you're into lore like that and then want to play the lore, this is a good price. This looks like fun. That they're releasing all this. This is fun. It's like a faction pack you want to get with your friends. It was said on the live show that it will have all the armies. You can participate in this no matter what army you have. It's not specific. I remember with Vigilus, I think, all that campaign, heavily orcs. It was very specific with the armies you needed to take to recreate specific battles. Now, of course, you can smudge things up, but if you actually wanted to do the battles that occurred, then you would have to have certain armies to do certain things. But it was reassured on the live stream that no matter what army you have a place in the Maelstrom. So that is pretty cool. Yeah. Parece cool. All right. Next up. Oh, look at these. All right, we got some Drukhari. Cool. Leagues of Votan. Also neat. And moving right along. Let's talk Age of Sigmar. All right. We have 4 champions in the chat right now who are legends. All right. So let's talk about the Liege of Kavalos. Liege Kavalos on War Chariot. Oh my goodness. I have OBR. I do have, Mortark and everybody else. Let's see. This looks cool. I'm not a chariot person, but this looks cool. I like the horses. I like that. It's almost cartoonish. Their face is almost cartoonish. And that's the only thing that I didn't like about the Osirak Bone Reapers, that they look a little cartoonish. The face of this guy the face of this guy right here looks like a Scooby-Doo villain, Just want to pull the mask off or something. And these horses, they look epic, but they're definitely a style. They are a comic book, almost cartoony type of style, which is interesting. I do love that there are glowing skulls on the inside, so it matches the Mortarks, having the glowing skulls. Pretty cool. And you could also build these, which is also neat. I don't know. Am I getting a chariot? Am I getting a chariot? I don't know. They look pretty cool. And of course, the Oyster Arc Bone Reapers, huge release, huge release. These things are pretty neat. I like them. I like them a lot. The Liege Mortec was also announced, which, again, you can watch the preview show, and I'll show you as well. Now, Cape here looks like it was rushed a little bit. Looks almost like it was dry brushed, but it definitely looks a little rushed. I think the Cape especially, they have done much smoother blends like everywhere else. But okay, this guy seems good. This is guys for the rules. Maybe the little vulture, baby vulture here is kind of neat. He does have a look of him like, he just, I don't know. Someone stole his carrots or something. I don't know. He's like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting pose. Now this guy looks cool. I like this one. This skulled head. Oh my god, it's almost like a Necron. That's awesome. I like that guy. I like this head. I definitely would use that one over this one for sure. And this one looks like he has a really big chin. Not that there's anything wrong with a big chin, but it's like Jay Leno over here. This one also has a big chin, but this one feels more pronounced for some reason. I guess because it's pointed like the VIX symbol. If you've seen VIX, like, if you're Hispanic, then everything that diamond shape. I can't even do it. Okay, anyway. Oh, VIX. But yeah, this head right here, yeah, that's the winner. That is the winner. Mortex Triax. I'll tell you one thing. Thing number one that I like about this. Bows that have bowstrings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because there are bows without bowstrings, and yeah, no, I kind of get why. But then I feel like I have to get like fishing string or something to put in there because it's like, it's a bow, right? It's not even a magical bow that has a magical string. It's none of that. It's a bow. So you put the bowstring on, that's really cool. I like the little creatures, like this bird, this mystical bird with the little note adds so much character. Like it tells a little story. This guy's sending a note to someone. So he writes, apparently. Or he's passing on orders from his commander. That's so cool. That's so cool. And the fact that they need to focus, so they only have one eye shut because, some people just use one eye when they're aiming. So their only purpose is to aim. So they shut an eye, made them Cyclopean. Although I don't know if that's great for the battlefield because, depth of field and everything else. And then, what happens when you're not shooting? Or I guess they are only shooting, but it can't be because they're passing notes. So that can't be. This little cauldron is cute and odd and funky, and it's a token. So when you wipe out a squad, or when you're close to wipe out a squad, or 50% or something like that, you put this marked token on them, and they can't reinforce. They cannot reinforce, or they cannot bolster their army. Instead, if they're going to use their recruitment thing, they'll have to use that token instead. That's nasty. Yeah, that's just nasty. Yeah, that's one of the things that you can do. I think that you have to pay like a combat point in order to use to fight or something like that, something basic. And that's game changing, really. It's that mechanic right there. So yeah, this guy's like, that's right. I'm Ossiarch Bone Reaper. That's right. You go, boy. You go, boy. This guy is like, nice. Oddly enough, yes, he has two eyes. It's just weird. That eye in the middle of the head, why would he have that? I guess that's for, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Why wouldn't he just have another? I don't know. Okay. I just don't know. Green flame on the arrow. These are mystical arrows. Very cool. They're wearing robes. Are they anatomical skeletons? What? I don't know. But it does look cool. And the little hats that they wear, the bone that comes on top kind of looks like the hair. It's pretty cool. Like a hairband or something like that. Very, very cool. All right. So there's Ossiarch Bone Reapers. And here is what I love. The Mortis Reapers. Holy cannoli. These are great. I love these. These are awesome. Look at them. They look menacing. They look like they came here to party, and they are not apologetic on how they bursted through the door. I'll tell you, these are awesome. Look at these sculpts. Oh, they look so much fun. I got to get these at some point. Look at the mask. Oh my gosh. This is what I envisioned Ossiarch Bone Reapers being. You know, these mad skeletons, which not really as, I mean, I guess regimented, but the other ones look like they're just wearing masks. While this one, this is genuine. Look at the hatred in the eyes. It's just so expressive. I love that. And I get that death armies are not supposed to be expressive or whatever. I don't know. I like these. They're menacing, period. Period, full stop. Of course, they have the Battle Tome Ossiarch Bone Reapers that came out, which is great. I can't wait for faction packs and stuff like that. And you're going to get the Battle Force Nil Myrax Phalanx, which I have all the models in there, ×2, I guess. So I can use that Phalanx. So yeah, I think I don't have this guy on the chair. I think that's the only one that I don't have, but I don't know. I haven't started Ossiarch Bone Reaper army just yet. All right. And then they have a Spearhead, the Kavalos Vanguard, which adds a lot of mobility to your army, because we're talking cavalry, some wing dudes that fly. This looks amazing. This looks like an amazing spearhead. They're all the things that are right with it. You have plenty of cavalry. You got movement. You got people that you're going to have to worry about on the backside because they're coming to get you. Oh my God. I love that Vanguard. I love that Vanguard set. That's pretty awesome. They have the Regiment of Renowns. Now, this Regiment of Renown, you can actually ally this one in, the Heralds of the Bone Tithe. You can ally this one in with other death factions. So I can see Flesh Eater Courts having these guys who are collecting the bones. You know, they gnaw, they eat, and they have some leftover bones. There you go. These guys collect it all. Flesh Eater Courts like to take their bones and like stab it through the skin as like, you know, medals of honor and stuff like that, you know, and at least they think so. So I don't know how that would work out, but let's say Night Haunt, right? They scare people to death. They leave the bones behind. You know what I mean? There it is. But yeah, you can ally those guys in, which is pretty cool. All right, let's jump on to the releases. Let's talk about the disciples of Tzeentch. This guy looks like Vega from Street Fighter. I'm just saying. I'm first to drop that. Vega from Street Fighter right there. Yeah. Right? That's he's the Spaniard too. In any case, there he is. All right. Looking pale, looking like a sorcerer. He can be the captain of your army. It'd be kind of cool to have this little dude over here. But yeah, Tzeentch, there it is. A man, it's a dude with a clawing hand, which looks pretty cool. But really, it looks like Vega. I do like the plumage he has going around the back all the way down. I think that's really cool. I like it shows movement. especially in the back. Like you can see that. And the cape just swirling around. So I really do like that. And it looks pretty cool. But he's still Vega from Street Fighter. One thing that looks pretty cool is the Argent Shards. And if you don't destroy both of these, it'll just rip in half and create another one. Just like it's in the process of doing right there to the right. See, it's like breaking apart. And these things are toweringly big. They are ginormous. They look like fun to paint up. Hopefully they're not too expensive. But yeah, I would love these. These look fun. These look fun. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Disciples of Tzeentch are getting their battle tome. All right. Woo. Happy for you Tzeentch players out there. You're getting what you need. All righty. And there's going to be a battle force because Games Workshop knows battle forces sell. They do. So, why do they do this to me? So I have Kairos Fate Weaver, but I don't have a regular Lord of Change. So I can use the Lord of Change. I don't have the spellcasters over there. I don't have the flying manta rays over there. I don't have that weird disc thing over there. I don't have pink horrors. I don't have blue horrors. And I don't have the little other ones as well. I don't have. I could use everything in this box. I could use everything in this box. That's one to think about. I don't know. That's one to think about. That looks like a great box. I think the Chaos Demon box, the Battle Force, I think that's out. That's out. That's just out. I think this is the one. It's having the Lord of Change there. I get to paint one. I get to paint two. I get to paint Kairos, Fate Weaver, and a Lord of Change. I'm smitten with that. There's so many good things. There's so many good things. And then the Spearhead, Zangor, Warflock, because we all know Games Workshop or Warhammer loves their Zangors. And there's plenty of them on discs, which is pretty cool to see as well. And you didn't need the extra Zangors. I think those are new. No, those don't seem to be new sculpts. Those don't seem to be new sculpts. They look pretty neat. Maybe they are new sculpts. I would think if they're on the preview, they would be new sculpts. Maybe. Or would I be mistaken? The regiments are renowned again. You can ally these suckers, these people in. You get the person on discs, and then you have is that a Fate Weaver? A Gaunt Summoner. You have a Gaunt Summoner on a disc. So let's see. You have Magister on a disc, right? That's the one over there as well. And 3 Screamers of Tzeentch, which I have no Screamers. They're kind of freaky. But am I starting a Tzeentch army? I mean, maybe. Probably not. Do I have Tzeentch? Yeah. Am I going to start Tzeentch? Probably not. But I do have Kairos, right? Because I have demons. I love the demons. Okay. Realm Lords. Elnari Lord Regent. The 2 Flagger. He looks stalwart. I do like it. He looks like an epic hero. Definitely would use in my D&D campaign. If I was an Elf Paladin, that would be perfect, right? Here too. Definitely an Elf Paladin would look good. 5 people are watching in the chat, and you guys are epic. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate that. The chat is kind of cold, but that's okay. We are here, and you just must be entertained by all the beautiful things that we are showing you with these releases. These sculpts are absolutely phenomenal. Of course, the Battle Tome Lumineth Realm Lords is coming out as well. A lot of little releases that we're going to have here. There is Lumineth Realm Lords for you. You get the Battle Tome and all the goodness that comes with the Realm Lords if you play well Realm Lords. Also, there's another Battle Force, okay? The Ithilithian War Host, sorry. And it looks like it's coming with Alanthea and Elnathor, the Eclipsean War Sages, and they're joined by a force of 5 Villanari Blade Lords and 10 Vanari Allurian Sentinels, and 10 Vanari Allurian Wardens, and a Villanari Star Shard Ballista, and 10 Yadrillian Riverblades, all together in this wonderful box set, which is, if you collect Lumineth Realm Lord, I'm sure you'll be tickled pink by what's in this box, especially if you don't have all this stuff. I think they did a good job with the elves. I think it's so much better than the Coneheads. I wasn't a fan of the Coneheads. They also have a spearhead coming out, the Hurricane Vanguard, which is neat. It has the Cow Ranger dude finding up over here. Interesting. You got Goku on his flying cloud. I mean, we got some stuff. I kid. So we have a Hurricane Wind Mage, right? Which is the commander. You have 5 Hurricane Wind Chargers and Hurricane Spirit of the Wind. Yeah, you have 10 Vanari Allurian Wardens as well. So there's that. Cool stuff. Alrighty. And the regiments are renowned, which I'm thinking you can throw that into, again, ally that into things. You have a couple of things here. And they look like spells, right? They look like manifestations. So these manifestations are coming out. Let's see. The Sigil Convocation contains, and that's this one. I'm butchering this. Sanari Calgrave, the Sanctum of Amnitok, Haitian Twin Stones. I got that one right. And the Rune of Petrification. So you have all these beautiful manifestations. So I was worried that manifestations would be just completely gone, but they are back and they are here. Pretty cool. Get into it. Blood Bowl released new Keldor Dragons based on the old elves with the pointy hats. Okay, is all I can say. And here, the main start, the thing I wanted to talk about today, which are this Horus Heresy box set of Custodies. Gorgeous, by the way, gorgeous. Custodian Guard, illegal Custodies for $30K is amazing. They have a brand new releases, which, like, who wouldn't be excited about? Can I use these in 40K is the question. Are these the version of taller, more sleek looking Custodies that we're going to get possibly next year? Maybe. But these got me wanting to paint my Custodies instead of selling them off. But let's take a little closer look at them, okay? Alrighty, let's go. All right, so we have the one thing you got to notice is that some are helmetless, which, bold move. I love it. They should have done it a long time ago. Pretty awesome. I love, again, Roman kind of mohawk there. Rohawk, let's call it a Rohawk. That's what we do around here. Go rock the Rohawk. All right, coming in with them tassels and the guns at the end of the spear, which is always cool. All right, that's great. Those are all the new Custodian Guard. And you can use them as Custodian Guards for the Adeptus Custodian Army as well. Or representing the Custodian army. So you can use them as well. These guys are the shields. These are Custodian Sentinels. So I like the guard. But instead of spears, they have these war blades and Paracilidium shields, which are epic. Look at them. They have that Aquila. Oopsie. They have the double Aquila, the Roman eagle, on there, which is absolutely fantastic. They're looking great with their stout swords. Their swords always look so thick that they're stout. Again, loving the face, loving the Rohawk, which I have named it. 2026, the year of the Rohawk. Roman Mohawk, that is. All right. We have some more faces over here. Great. This is awesome. I love that they're showing faces. This is when it's going to start getting controversial. Again, the Custodian would make also a great Custodian guard in Warhammer 40k Adeptus Custodes Force as well. And here it is, the tank. Okay, so we have the Legio Astaris Finest of the Imperium, and we have the Calidus Annihilator tank in plastic. Custodes tanks in plastic. Let's go. Let's flippin' go. Yes. Yes, I don't want to spend $400 or $500 on a tank that's made in resin that can crack. Thank you very much. Give me that plastic. Give me that plastic, and that's what I need. Oh, thank you for making the molds there. And looking at this thing, it really does from the back look like a Star Wars vehicle. Like it really does. Like that's uncanny. That's, you know, I feel like doing some pod racing, I guess. Looks fabulous. Looks absolutely fabulous. I wonder if I can use this in 40K. I hope I can, because that would be absolutely amazing if I could. I don't know if the profile exists. And of course, we're going to have some honkin' Terminators. I mean, we're going to have some honking Dreadnoughts here, of course. Look at this guy. He looks so good. I hope I can I want to take everything in 40K. This should have been a 40K, 30K release. So I can buy all this. And I would in a heartbeat. I would in a heartbeat. I would finish my Space Wolves just so I can paint up Custodes to get these things done. Like, look how dripping in gold they are. They are so amazing. And there are different kinds of golds. Like there's a green gold on the shield that is a little different from the red gold on the body. Oh my god, they do sense. So it's a Contemptor Achilles or the Contemptor Galatus. You can build. The Galatus has the shield. Okay. You ready? Are you ready for the controversy? All 5 people in the chat, my champions. Custodians. Now, let's talk about Custodian, the controversy that was there before. This is a shield captain, okay? All Custodians are incredible warriors, but the greatest among them are raised to the rank of shield captain. These warriors stand shoulder to shoulder with the greatest fighters in the Imperium. The new shield captain miniature is worthy of such an accolade. Just check out the level of detail. Indeed, the level of detail. And we're coming up on it now. Are you ready for the bomb? 7 people are watching. Are you ready for the bomb? Are you ready for the bomb? And here it is. In Warhammer 30K, there has always been female Custodes. Because we have a female Custode right here. We have, ladies and gents, a female Custode. And I'm not even guessworking here, because on the stream, one of the announcers said She has lovely laurels on her hair. So, we officially have our first female custodian. Now, let the Warhammer community absolutely implode, right? Because people lose their mind because they're so into the canon that they forget that this is toys and it's a fantasy world. And I understand you love the fantasy world. I understand. But it's not real. So, I mean, they can do whatever they want. And here's my thing. There's more guys in this hobby than girls. And I think if we had more girl models, I think more girls would play because they have their representation on the field. I know if it was an all-girls game, that's cool. But I kind of want dudes. So I want to play a dude. That's me. That's what I prefer. And how many females out there love Custodian, but don't want to pay an all-Sister of Silence army? Because the rules are not as good as having Custodians. Then what? I'd rather we be inclusive than exclusive. I think everybody has a place at the gaming table, and I think that the more players we have on the gaming table, the better experience we're going to have as a player base. Plus, I think that having more of an even split in gender with who plays this game makes its accessibility that much greater and that much more accepted globally, or that much more mainstreamed. Because when you have more people that play the hobby and you have more people that are a fan of it and you get enough noise and you have enough publicity, then you got to attract more people and our hobby is going to grow. So if you don't want to remain a niche hobby that only a small group of people play, and when I say small, I'm saying relative into the world. And I know there's hundreds of thousands Warhammer players out there. Millions, maybe. But are there billions? So that's what I'm saying. Our first female custodians in the world has not ended. I want female space wolves, the Valkyries. I would definitely love to paint them. GW, if you're listening, I'll paint them. Because I'm secure enough in my manhood to say, you know what? If it's cool, I don't care. Right? There's a great stories I read in some books by so many different authors that nobody knows the lost history or the true history because they're usually told by the perspective of somebody who has their vision skewed anyway. So there's that, But what is canon? What is not canon? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool just to have a story, and having it coherently. Yes. Okay. I get it. I see what you're saying there. But I think that going that route and excluding other people is not cool. So I want to include everybody. Plus, I want to have more models to paint. I do. I enjoy models and I enjoy painting. So even if I didn't never use these, it looks cool. And I am definitely for it. But there it is. The big bomb. There is a female custodies. I want to see the reaction of everybody else who catches this little detail. It's not very little. What do you think? Do you think females should be custodians? I mean, they're already here, but do you think that GW made the right decision? Did they make the right call? That is the question. I wonder. I do wonder. I like it. I like the freehand in the back too, especially. I would definitely down to create this freehand. I would definitely rock that. And I like it. I really like it. I love the way they did the eyes, and I'm learning how to do the eyebrows. Look how they're pointed up. She's angry. Oh my God, she looks glorious. All right. I love these jumpy boy packs over here because they have little eagles and they're flying on eagles and it's so adorable. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're adorable. It's adorbs. It is definitely adorbs. All right. Flying on eagle jetpacks. Let's go. I love the heads. I like everything from these things. except for, they have Stormcast Eternal Feet. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have Stormcast Eternal Feet. That's like 99% recycled. Okay. All right, here's the Catalyst Grav Tank again, signature weapon accelerators. Oh, does look gorgeous. Look how big those things are. Look at those big guns, because that's the other option you could create. And then, of course, you have the Cornus Grav Carrier, which is very armored and does have a weapon battery there and looks absolutely cool. That looks really cool. Can I use it in 40K? It's a question I'm going to keep on asking. Can I use it in 40K? It looks fabulous. I want to get these tanks. I want to get the tanks. And all I have to say is you're welcome. So yeah, you could build it with the thing up, the gate up in the back or down. So that's neato. It is on a crystal base. You may want to fix that or straighten it up. I don't know how you want to do it. It is raked. It is definitely raked. So you have that kind of incline going on there. It looks phenomenal for transport. It really does. And of course, you have the Horus Heresy book. And there it is, all of the Liber Custodes in all its glory. And there it is. These are all the previews that I have for you here. Somebody said too late. I already said it, but I don't know who said that. Oh, goodness. Interesting. So there it is. There it is. All the glorious things. And what I am going to do, I'm a little bit parched. I'm going to get something to drink. And then we're going to start painting up a Space Wolf at 1:12 in the morning. And hopefully we can be done before 5 a.m. That's the goal. I got to have it finished painted before the sun comes up. So wish me luck. I am going to really quickly hop off, go take a bio break and get some water for my parched throat. And then I'll come back refreshed and ready to paint and ready to tackle all this on. Please go nowhere while I transfer to the painting desk. So I will be back. Okay. Thank you for waiting, and I will be back. I promise. I promise. Just give me a 5-minute and I will definitely be back. All right. Alrighty, so we can get started. All right, hopefully everything is good, but let's read here in the chat. Evan Rogers, 3190 says, see the article on it. No Fem Space Marines, at least. Aside from the retcon, the models are beautiful. But now I'm feeling the detail creep is becoming a tad ridiculous. It feels like all of the new models are Primarch level detail, off-putting to those who know they will never be satisfied with their paint jobs and take forever to paint basic minis as it is. I see that, Evan. I definitely see that. Oh. Yeah, retcon, not recon. Gotcha there. Well, I'm just checking to see how this camera's working out. It's on my face and it looks hideous, but we are working towards it. Evan, I see what you're saying with the detail creep especially, and you're saying no female Space Marines at least. All right, so fine. I mean, some kind of successor association with the Space Wolves, maybe? I don't know. But I want Valkyries. I just do. For my Space Wolves, but that's just me. I love to paint, and I would love to paint what a female version of a female Space Marine would be. Maybe Call will create a different kind of species, or I don't know. As far as the detail creep, I totally get the detail creep. But for me, if it didn't have a lot of detail, and I see like flat panels, I would definitely want to paint in like freehand and stuff like that for those details. And if you look really carefully at the the Red Corsairs, the Red Corsairs, their chest plates are without iconography. So that might be something you may be interested in. But I would see that the Custodians, being ornate as is, they are ornate. I'm not saying they're dripping with detail. I mean, as far as detail is concerned, that is the apex of detail when it comes to any of the models, even more than Chaos models, which that's saying a lot because Chaos models have so much detail, but Legio Custodes even more so. But I would think that with that Custodes army, if you wanted to paint the gold, it's fairly simple. You can do a paint job of Custodians very easily where you hit it with a gold, you do it with a Serapon Sepia wash or a Reikland Fleshshade wash, because that's reddish. And when that dries, you do an all-over dry brush with gold just to hit the tips. And then you do just a tad bit of ultra highlights in silver, just here and there dotting it. And red for the sashes. I would say Mephiston red going into Wild Rider red into Wazdaka red. I think that would be great for you to be able to get the capes in. When it comes to the leathers, you can hit it with a Ranox hide and then highlight it in more Fang brown if you want to. And if you really, really want to, you get some Ushanti bone to do some extreme highlights. But I would mix that in 50-50 with more Fang brown to get the leather just right. But aside from that, the gems. But aside from that, I think you're done after that. I mean, there's not much to it aside from those things for me. And in my head, I can see myself painting those steps. So for me, it would be easy. And I say it's easy because I can see myself painting the steps. Like, I'll be like, okay, I can understand it. I can wrap my head around it. There are certain paint jobs where I cannot wrap my head around. Like, I'll look at it and I'll stare at it and I'm like, what did they do? Like, how? Right? But when you can see exactly how it was done, you can just reverse engineer or start with the golden mine and then build up till you get to the point where it looks very similar. But yeah, when it comes to detail, Legio Custodes are top in detail. They're detail upon detail. Their whole armor is a detail. That's it. There's no flat panels amongst there anywhere. Anyhowsers, let's talk about what's on my painting desk. Here I have a beaky wolf guard. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna paint it up. I'm gonna get it straight away to painting from here to absolutely complete. Now I don't think I'm gonna be doing the base. I'll just be painting this tonight. I have to do it before 5 o'clock in the morning. For me anyway. I'm on the East Coast. Evan, I do appreciate your participation. Thank you. But yes, I get it. I see what you're saying. At some point, we have to hold something canon, or what do we have, right? But at the same time, I want to feel more inclusive to everybody, because I want more players. I want more females playing Warhammer 40k. I don't think it's an all boys club. I like seeing more people. Yeah. They reduced the incel population, so to speak. I just learned what that was. I am so behind the times. Okay, now I need to have. Oh, there we go. I need to have my Reynolds Kitchen cooking baking sheets, pre-cut parchment paper, which I had to cut into 4s, as you can see right here. And I am going to put it down into this bed here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put paint pots on each 4 corners very quickly to hold it down. I'm going to have that there. And you can see I have little pots at the end of it. And that'll prevent the curling from happening. That'll prevent the curling from happening. And if you ever use a wet palette, you know what I mean. When you put parchment paper in there, the ends curl. But this way, you could just push out the bubbles, and it wouldn't be a problem. It would actually be pretty easy. I'm going to take a flat surface. Here's a flat surface. I'm just going to rub it across and get all the bubbles out. There you go. Really cool. Able to get all these bubbles out easily. This little makeshift tool. All right, I think the edges are not going to curl up anymore, so I can take these things out. And with the rest of this, I am going to just push this away. Right. All right, that's pretty cool. Now this is a nice wet palette. There we go. Now the first thing I'm going to do to the wet palette is I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some Josana's Mix, if I can find it. Here it is. Josana's Magic Mix. Not a sponsor. But I wouldn't mind if it was. And that slows down the drying time of the paint, as well as it dries in a matte finish. Super matte finish. And it's a sealer. So that's pretty good. So it works sort of like matte varnish. But it also has a dry retarder in there, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to get some flow improver. I use this flow improver right here. And it's Vallejo. I'm going to put that right next to it on my palette. That's what I'm going to start off with. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to take a Citadel brush. Get a brush. Don't really care about it too much. I'm going to start off with the color black. I need to find black here. It's here somewhere. That's what they all say, right? It's here somewhere. I'm going to get some water in my water pot. You know, I find that my cats like to sneak onto my table and try to drink my paint water. try to drink my paint water. What's going on with that? Crazy, isn't it? Alrighty, let me see. Hekashi 111 says, hello. Glad to see female standard face in Custodies. Yeah, it gives me something else to paint. I mean, a head swap is not. If you don't like that there's a female Custodies, then don't use the head. Right? It's a simple head swap because it's not hurting anybody. Who cares? I don't. Well, I mean, it does the whole ecclesiarchy thing dirty because they say no man can be one of theirs, so they have all the sisters and all that. So I can see how that canon kind of gets debunked on, but I don't know. I think the biggest problem with the Imperium is that they're the Imperium. I think that is it. I think that is the biggest problem the Imperium has themselves. All right. So let's get started on this sucker. I've been playing around, and I have not been painting. I'm going to grab a little bit of Flow Improver, and I am going to see if I can get some black paint. Let's see if this is focused. Hopefully it is focused. All right, need to get some black paint on here. I want to know how I am with the camera. I don't want to. If I can move it this way, see me a little better as I paint, and I can look at you. Try to get that in there and in focus. Female Custodies. Okay, Evan says, and they could have had some sisters that venerate Russ. Yeah, I mean, why not? And they could have those flying suits, perhaps. Some could theme them like Valkyrie wings. You're speaking my language, Evan. I do like that. Yeah, sure. They don't have to be space marines, per se. They can be equally as bad arse. And, yeah. That would be cool. And then you can ally them in. What a force. Can you imagine? That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Converting is part of the hobby. It's true. You can convert just about anything you want, put it on the battle table and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. A lot of the real wars, I guess, the war games that are realistic, like the World War II games and stuff like that. World War I games where people have to paint certain uniforms in certain grays and certain colors. I don't want us, the sci-fi community, to be so stringent on what can be played on the table. Like, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, But yeah, I want everybody to be included. That's all. I just want more players for our hobby. I want our hobby to grow. And adding most of the population on Earth, including them, sounds like a good idea. So I am all for more female presence in Warhammer 40k. Let's just put it that way. I'm all for more female presence in Warhammer 40k. That's the best way I could say it, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be Space Marines and stuff like that. It could be something else. But I want that presence. All right, let's see. Evan Rogers says, still better than the rest, which says a lot. Yeah. Says a lot indeed. Alrighty. Getting our black in, blocking in the black for the ceramite armor. The epidermis that is bound to his skin. Funny that my brush keeps on hitting onto the monopod, I guess, that I have here to hold the camera. And it goes tick. The brush is too long. That's okay. This is fun because you don't really have to think too much. Not that I have to think at all when I'm painting this miniature. This is so old hat for me. Probably paint one of these in my sleep. Because this is 50, 60, I'm on 60. Painted 60 of these Space Wolves infantry so far. And there's more coming. Oh, goodness. I'm almost done with these guys, though. This is the largest part of my army. Like, there's the most models. So, getting that out of the way is going to be epic. It's going to free me up to paint Logan Grimnar and Ragnar Blackmane. I'm going to have to paint Gaz Kolthraka. Do I? That's the question. Do I finish the box if I start it? Do I paint Gaz Kolthraka if all I want to paint up is Ragnar Blackmane from that box right now? What do? Do I pay the infiltrators that are in that box set? Include infiltrators into my squad? Or do I start on, which I think I am. I think I'm going to start on the Terminators. Mythos did his Terminators, my buddy. I have a lot of Terminators to do. I have the maximum amount of Terminators I can have, I guess, of that type. I got 3 units. Actually, I have 4. I have an old school unit of just Space Wolf Terminators. And then I have regular Terminators too. Imagine fielding the entire board with just Terminators. That's crazy. It'll feel more like Space Hulk, if you ask me. All right. James Meeks, what's up? Glad you can join. Evan Rogers says, I think the female Space Marines have always been the Sisters of Battle. I just wish people gave them a chance to be that. That's true. That's true. I love the Sisters of Battle, but not everybody is into the nun aesthetic. You know? That's the only thing. I love them. I love everything about Sisters of Battle, but not everybody loves the Sisters of Battle. Let me see. Evan says the Imperium, I mean. Yeah. Evan Rogers says, I saw a meme about the Ultramarines painting Sisters of Battle in their colors, then asking her if she feels like the daughter of Ultramar. I don't know. Is that mean-spirited? I don't know. But I do know that I want more people to play. And my wife plays Age of Sigmar. She likes it more than 40K. I don't know. Figured if she had more choices, she'd want to play too. Because right now, she's playing with my Tau army. And you can imagine she's doing quite a bit of damage with that. Okay, I think I might have all the black areas done. Done. Okay. I believe that's all the black. No, that's not. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? The weapons have to be black. They don't have to be, but I prefer them to be. Nice. I modeled these swords after the 3D printed sword that I, chainsword that I made. So I have the red teeth going in the opposite direction. That's the way I like it. Just because black teeth are going down, the red teeth are going up. That's just me. I like it like that. This is good. Oh, goodness. I think the internet is going to explode with this debate because I'm sure I'm not the only one going to be talking about this. I'm sure other people noticed that it's official and that there's female custodians now. Going back to that phrase, there was always female custodians, right? That leak that happened, they said there was always female custodians, and it was the worst retcon ever made. I wouldn't even mind if they said, yeah, we developed custodians that are female or something, or Belarius Crawl came out with something to that effect, because essentially he improved upon the Emperor's design already, which is heretical, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, they just made a new one. Sure, let's go. More canon. I don't care. But I don't like that they were always female custodians when apparently there wasn't. I don't like that they're forcing that upon us. I think that Games Workshop could have gone a better route, I guess, with explaining the female custodians to everyone instead of just saying it always was and tough, get over it. Just feel like they could have explained it a little better. Like it would have been cooler in the lore instead of just gaslighting everyone saying, nope, there's always been there. You just never saw it. I don't care if you were playing in the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. You just didn't see it. Like, okay. Yeah. And whatever you say, Games Workshops. Whatever you say. Whatever makes you sleep at night, right? All right. Let's see what's going on over here in the chat. Okay, Evan says, I am no fan of the retcon, but the female shield captain head looks nice. Maybe because it was a steroided up version of the late queen. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, the king in yellow has to have somebody, right? GW's True Gold, Ultra Hammer, 40K. Yeah, I know, right? Let me see. Retcons via Twitter is definitely a choice. Yeah, that's true. Retcon via Twitter. I wonder. What? Okay, now the black is done, I think. Open it over. All right, we're going to start off with some of the leather bits, and we're going to go into Rhinox hide now. I'll put that on my palette. Put that on your palette. Alrighty, I'm going to grab a little bit of flow improver. Oh, no, that's like flowing really nicely. And now I'm going to wipe off any excess, and I'm going to go for backpacks. Little packs, I'm sorry. Ammo packs, I guess. Med packs. Whatever they are. Probably ammo packs. Again, Rhinox hide. That's going to be my base. It's very simple. very simple recipe when it comes to these things. Now, what I could use is I could use paint for this. Like I could use what you call it, speed paint, and it would come out excellently. So, but I didn't choose to do it this time. I didn't choose to go in that direction. So obsessed with me. But sweetly, I love everything the Custodians put out. Like it's pretty awesome that they have those releases, and I would love to use all the stuff for 40K. Not sure if the tanks are going to be for 40K, but the guard could be used for 40K. And I want to know the height difference. Because if there's a significant height difference because of scale creep, then I'm selling my Custodians army. Because then I know soon different height Custodians are coming, and I don't want mine to be gone and invalidated, because that would stink if it was gone and invalidated. Like, who wants their army to do that? All right, turning for Mournfang Brown now. It's going to be my next little step up. I'm going to hit that with the leather. Since it's just wet, I'm just going to dab it here and there. I'm just going to touch it. Let me put this over here so you can see it. I'm sorry. All right. I'm just going to touch little touches. That's all I'm doing. Barely touching. Barely touching. That's all. Okay. Now, try to edge highlight. Okay. Looking good. Okay. Good. And there. Okay. So we have that flow. I'm going to dip it back into the Rhinox hide. I'm going to blend the harsh line in between. The mid-step color. Blending will do you. Okay. So I can go from the Mournfang Brown to the Rhinox hide and kind of like blend in and fade in there, like wet blending. It's very simple. It's very quick. All right. I'm going to do the same for the leather strap. You see hanging from the gun over here. And I just try to do one color at a time. Now, I do like painting each individual model at a time. Like, I'll finish a model before I move on to the next one, instead of batch painting, which is probably, well, it's soul-sucking. Like, I really couldn't batch paint. I don't have it in me because it just takes the joy of painting out of the equation for me. I like my dopamine rushes whenever I finish a model, and I like them now. Or quickly, I should say. All right, going back to Mournfang Brown really quick. See how fast I'm going? Trying to go fast because I'm not trying to have this paint dry on me or anything like that. So there it is. I am going to go and ooh, wet blend right there. Ooh, wet blend. Wet blend. I like the wet blend. Go to get some Rhinox hide and wet blend. Ooh, and wet blend. Some more Rhinox hide and wet blend. And I'm going to blend these two colors together. Wet blend and a wet blend and a wet blend and a wet blend. Rhinox hide and Mournfang Brown. That's what it's all about. Okay, stop. That's terrible. I think I just unsubbed my own channel after that song. All right. All right, let's see over here. That and the Shield Captain came out with the Codex and had only male head, and the helmeted head. Yeah. Let's see. The 10th edition one, I mean, okay. Yep. The 10th edition one definitely had that. It only had the male head. Yeah, totally retconned. Totally. Like, we saw this. All right, should I go Screaming Skull? That's too much of a thing. I need to go Ushanti Bone. And again, I'm going with the leather. Hitting that, I should have a nice peanut butter. There's a hair in here. Ushanti Bone came with hairy bone. I don't know what that means. All right, put some flow improver in here. And some dry retarder. Get that in there. I want to slow down the thing process. And I'm just going to hit this leather right here on the top. All right. Need too much paint on this part. But I'm not wicking it off. So. All right, and then we're going to get the tips over here. Just a little bit on the tips, and then we're going to get the Mournfang Brown now. Now we're doing a half step between the light color and the Mournfang Brown. And what we're doing is dragging the Mournfang Brown into the Ushanti Bone. And just creating contrast with that. So it can go from the dark to the mid-tone to the light. And I kind of want to go all the way with some of these parts so it looks like patchy. And now I'm going to go back Rhinox Hide while everything is wet. And I'm going to blend in the Rhinox Hide with the Mournfang Brown. And that will create, okay, Rob, we got to create something. That's going to create a nice wet blend, a nice transition. That's what we're looking for. A nice transition. I want them transitions to be buttery smooth. And wet blending is definitely your friend. This is just an easy way. It's a tool in your arsenal to be able to do it. All right, so now while that's drying, and I promise you it'll look better once it's dry, I'm going to take the Mournfang Brown, and I'm going to hit all the areas that are going to be gold. So let's get this Aquila. At least the wings for an Aquila that ends in a diamond shape in the middle. And I'm going to get the casing around the diamond shape, as well as the other ring. Try to go around slowly. Just fill in that area here. I'm going to do the belt buckle. I always think it's fun to do. He also has this requiliary of his pet wolf, I guess, maybe baby wolf. And I'm going to say that he's gold and or silver over here, but he's definitely not blue as far as what is connecting him. And his face should be a little bit of that Mournfang Brown, and then some of that Ushanti Bone on top of it. Wet blend. Good. Okay. Maybe some more Ushanti Bone. Just to add some texture to it, get some light. I'm going to leave it right there. And some more Mournfang Brown on this belt buckle. All right, now what else? We have to take a look. Okay, in the back here, I like to do these exhaust fans or these exhaust pipes for this backpack that is generating the power suit that this Astartes has on. Spice Marines. All right, I'm also going to do the pauldrons over here, the exhaust fans for the upper part. This is two-tone, it's section off. I like to do those gold as well. So I'm going to start painting a Mournfang Brown because if you miss a part with gold and you paint it Mournfang Brown, it just looks like a shadow color, right? So what I'm doing is I'm pre-painting this so I can have a cushion, so to speak, when it comes to creating with gold. So you don't have to actually paint 100% of the item gold. It'll also add interest. Now there's another color. It's not just pure gold and or yellow, because that's what gold is, essentially yellow. All right, what do we got here? Alrighty, let me see. The fact no one has done a Warhammer Bob Ross painting skit is surprising to me. My friend, practically that's my show. It's a big meme on Happy Little Clouds. Let me see. The short Custodian shield captain is one of my favorite models. I know he looks like a dwarf, and that's why he's cool. Rock and stone, bro. Yeah, I know. They are looking a little squat. Like the entire range is looking a little squat to me, which is scary. Except for the people on the bikes. People on the bikes do not look squat to me. That's just me. But they're going to elongate them and then sell the entire range again to you. I mean, by all means, you don't have to buy it like that. Just adding a little more Mornfang brown in here. Just adding a little more variety in color. Because I like the way it pops. So I'm just going to give that a little more pop on the fur here. And a little Mornfang brown over here as well. Because that's just straight bone. And what I should do is wash it. I should just wash it. Go wash it. Okay. Let me clean this up. It's just bone color. It's liquidy bone color. I love that the shoulder pad is black because it's so easy to erase whatever mistakes you made repainting this surface black. So easy. Okay. Super easy. All right, what we're going to get is we're going to get Seraphon Sepia. And we're going to wait for this area to dry 100% before we put the Seraphon Sepia on there. All right, is there any other place that's going to be gold? Yes, there is. I'm going to put some on the gun. So while that one thing is drying, I am going to start painting the gun, which is going to have a nice gold spot right here. I need to paint my Custodians. I really do. I either sell them or paint them. But I have a Battle Force box and 2 of the combat patrols. And I think I have, I don't know. I think I have more. I just don't remember. I might not. I might just have those 3 boxes. Which, honestly, that is kind of a force. 2 boxes of the battle forces are pretty nice. I mean, of the 2 boxes of the combat patrol is really nice. Already, you have quite a bit this, and with the battle force box, I mean, it really does add to it. So, I think that's great. I think that's great. Just gonna add a little bit more variety over here by adding some Mornfang brown to the bottom. Just so I can make it pop a little more, add a little more contrast, so to speak. Right there at the bottom by adding that Mornfang brown. Okay, I'm just doing it in one direction towards the center here. It's going to be brighter there. There will be brighter days. I'll do the same to this side. And done. Okay. All right, this shard should be just about done. So I'm going to get some of the Seraphon Sepia. Come in with that. And I am going to just drizzle that right there. A little bit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is not allow it to pool. Just taking some of this off by drenching it and then wiping it. Drenching it, then wiping it. That's what we're doing. We're drenching and wiping. So you ask, hey, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, just some drenching and wiping. Huh? Exactly. You want to ask? You ask. What is that? I have no idea. I'm having an internal conversation. Anyway, legends in the chat. All 5 of you are amazing, and I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you spending your time with me. Time is one of those commodities you don't get back. The fact that you want to spend such a valuable resource with me, I'm honored. I want to thank you. Okay. One of the group members, I'm part of a group over there, Mount Airy in Maryland, Warhammer stores. They introduced me as a display painter. It's neat. That is neat. But I have the curse of the better my minis are painted, the less I know how to be a good general with them. I don't know. This looks like a fleeting desire. I'm trying to get as much done as possible. I'm tired. All right. Getting there, getting there, getting there, getting there. What is that? Oh, it's a little piece of brown that I missed. Getting sloppy, Rob. Getting sloppy. That looks great. Looking great. Looking great. All right. That one's definitely red. So let me get started on that. Let's start off with some Mr. Piston Red. I'm going to paint that. By the by, I keep on painting things off screen. Here's my latest. You can check that out. It's pretty rad. It's very cool. And it's coming out really, really good. And I'm really loving my wolves. My wolves are really coming out nicely. Especially the faces and stuff like that. I really have been pushing myself for that. But yeah, pretty cool. That was my last, most recent, I should say, model. I'm gonna drink some water. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I love hydration. All right, Mephiston Red's on my brush. I'm gonna put that onto the wet palette. I'm gonna take this spot of Flow Improver and some more Flow Improver, some drying retarder, because I don't want this to dry really quickly. I want it to be nice and slow so that you don't get any brush lines. Nice and slow. Plus I use medium, so this way there's no capillary action. And it's better to have thin coats than to have thick coats on this one, especially if you want to go for that airbrush look. You airbrush the shoulder pads instead of hand painting them. If you want that, all you have to do is paint light thin coats, small little thin coats. It's like glazing. Glazing is a lot more thin coats. That's why it looks amazing, but it's also a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's 2 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. I'm getting tired. Trying to push on through. Push on through to the other side. Push on through, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. There's going to be many more layers of that red. I'm just going to let that dry. All right, Evan says, I think one of the problems has been the introduction of more representation. I guess we could say this felt forced and inorganic, and it has been strained in the nerd culture. Yeah, I think definitely it's inorganic. They could have done a lot better job of introducing it. You know, if they wanted more people included, they could have had a story. They could have had a rich story. They could have had paid somebody to be on something to bring it in there, because that's like a PR stunt almost. But it's turning into, here's inclusivity. You have no choice, but you do have a choice. You don't have to model your models to be all female if you don't want to, right? You don't have to include it in your army. And then there are those people who would only include those models in their army. And then there are some people who don't care and they'll have a mix of it no matter what. They're here to play a game and roll dice. So there's a lot of different people out there, and a lot of people get a lot from this hobby. There are some people, cringe as I must, that play their armies gray. I never field a unit or a model that is not completely painted. I never do. Ever. I have never done it. And I never will. So I have my own quirk, right? Do I force everybody to that standard? No, I don't. It's ridiculous. You do you, boo, right? So, I mean, I don't know. We have options. And worst case scenario, we kit bash in this community like nobody. Well, I'm sure the railroad people will be able to have those talents. And the scale modelers as well. Which I am also a scale modeler. I have not built any 124 scale models in a long time, although this is my most popular video. If I followed nothing but the trends, then this would be a scale modeling channel. Do little bolts. It's important to do these little bolts, but they are kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. They're like painting eyes a little bit. But the good thing is, it's the bulbous. So they stay out. All right, what I'm doing right now is I'm painting Balthasar Gold. It's Balthasar Gold. Balthasar Gold is a very, very copper gold, so to speak. And I love using it as a base for gold. It's nice and red. So I can take a more vibrant gold, one that has a little more silver into it, and I can use that as the highlight. And then I can add chrome and then mix the gold into it and use it as another highlight. And then just go straight with the silver and have the ultra highlight. So you can really do a lot with metallic metals if you had the shading right. Just don't put on gold and call it a day. That's why a lot of people who paint like Stormcast Eternals or something like that, or Custodies, some of their paint jobs look flat. You don't know why. You painted them non-metallic metal. I mean, you painted them metallic metal. You should be able to just put on the metallic metal and that's what it'll be. And in a lot of cases, that's fine. Like, it looks fine. But having highlights and having midtones and having variation to your gold brings a lot more interest into it and makes it more of an interesting model to look at, to enjoy, and have your eyes peruse. You want to keep the person looking at your model. And the more they see, the more they get. In other words, little surprises, little Easter eggs you put in there in your paintings that people can discover. The more they want to really look over your model, and you want them to keep looking at your model, especially if they're a judge in a competition. That is something you want to do. If you're trying to go for an award, you want to keep your audience looking at your model and nobody else's. There can be thousands of other models around there. Yours the model that they keep coming back to. And that means, yes, you have done something special and impressed the judges. And hopefully you'll get an award after that and see what happens. Oh. Okay. That's looking good. Just go get all the pieces that will look gold. Hitting with Balthasar Gold. Okay, now. Alrighty. Like Rey couldn't just be a Jedi. C had to make both Anakin and Luke look lesser and an inconsequential in an overall fight against the Sith. I think that did a lot of damage to the fandoms. It really did. Yeah, yes, definitely. I think it did. I think once Disney took over, kind of thing, and the decisions that were made there could have been better, But they kind of wanted to. They wanted to kill off the Skywalker franchise. They just really wanted that whole saga. They wanted it to be over. It's kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off. I know it's a beloved thing, but it's very cyclical. In other words, Luke Skywalker will always be Luke Skywalker. Will always be Luke Skywalker. Princess Leia will always be Princess Leia. Like, that's not going to change, right? And in order for a company to survive, it has to evolve and add more people. So, I'm not saying I agree with the company for what it did. I'm saying that they're a company. They're going to want to make money by any means necessary. And yes, they should care about the fandom. I don't know if they do. I think they care more about their bottom line and quarterly reports. I think that's their driving force, because in the end, they're a business and they're trying to make money. More money than they can ever imagine. So they can hire people like Henry Cavill. Maybe somebody else that is really big as well. We have Stranger Things cast. I think it's Will. He's a Warhammer fan too, which is pretty awesome. It's really awesome. All right. Still watching Stranger Things. All right. Hey, my time zone, Virginia native here. Hey, nice. That's right. I am in Maryland, so we're not too far away from each other. Not too far away. I don't consider 3 hours far away, but that's me. It's 4 hours to New York, and I kind of like do that without an issue. So, New York City, that is. All right. Examples of representation. I mean, problems with examples of representation. Yeah, they do. They have issues. They could definitely do a much better job. Their PR person, I don't know, change hands, because they don't really know how to quell the masses. I mean, I get it. You can't make everyone happy all the time. I get that, But at the same time, it's called tact. You want to handle things with tact and elegance. You want to show respect for the people who pour endless amount of monies into your ecosystem that you've tied them into. Yes, it is an ecosystem. You have the books, you have the media, you have the memes, you have the painting, you have the games, you have the stores, you have the cafes. It is. They have the books. It is Black Library, exclusive models, the FOMO. This is definitely an ecosystem that they have developed and that we are a part of. And it feels like we've gone so far now, there's no way to turn back, right? We've invested this much time. I can't go back now. Sometimes it feels like that. And that is not why you get into this hobby. You don't get into this hobby because you feel you have no choice. You get into the hobby because you enjoy it. So careful with that. Addiction's a thing. I think I'm they say plastic crack, right? I really think I am addicted to buying models, because I'm not painting them faster than I'm buying them, and they're accumulating. I'm hoarding them. And I have a new mantra, which is don't buy for future me. Just buy for me now. I'm sorry, I'm not in camera. I gotta be more conscious about that. This area here is taken up, and I can only use this area over hither to stem the the napkin over. This is going to give me a good indication of where it is. I'm extending a napkin over so I know where I can put the model and so I can stay in camera for you guys, because I know it's probably driving you guys crazy because it's driving me crazy. So probably driving you crazy too. All right. So let's see what I got here. Time for a lighter gold. No, time for a lighter gold. Where is my Balthazar gold? No, I got the Balthazar gold. I mean, where is the, I forgot the other gold. It has a white cap, so, I mean, it's not that too far off. It can't be too far off. I can identify it pretty easily, right? With the white cap. It would be nice if I can identify where that gold is. I wonder if I call it gold. There it is. Oh my gosh, I found it. Retributor armor. There it is. And it just kind of happened. Oh, that's good. That's good. I can move this over just a little bit. And then that's my in-frame focus. That's my in-frame focus. No, no. All right. Alrighty, time for that Retributor armor, which is awesome. I'm going to put some medium in this to make it flow a little better, and I'm going to dap the high ends of things, the high ends of the gold that I set, the Balthasar gold, just the upper parts here. I'm not going to do the wingtips yet. I am belt parts. Got to do the hand. All right, everything that's here on the top is going to get gold. On the bottoms over here are going to get gold. For the majority of this is going to be gold. Okay. With some shadow colors. That will be Balthasar. Okay. La, 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 la. All right, there it is. Dahiris. Dahiris. Ahí están. Ahí están. Okay, we're going to get the tops there. We're going to get over here. Nice and nice and nice. All right, get a little bit on there, and we're going to squeeze this in here a little bit. And there it is. Now I'm just going to get the feather tips. Yeah, feather tips. I'm just doing the feathers because I'm leaving the brown, the Balthasar gold towards the center of the leaves, the center of the wings, while the edges of the wings are going to have that gold color. Do the same for the inner wing. Okay, so it kind of looks like you gave it a wash because the recesses are darker than the outside. Then for the piece of resistance, you got to grab some Stormhost silver. Well, at least I am, and I'm going to hit that very sparingly. Throw this onto there, and I'm going to hit very, very sparingly. Just the tips right there, and just the tips of every third wing. I'm going to hit that little spot right there, this little spot, and this little spot right here, and this little spot right there, and this little spot right here. Okay, now it kind of looks like it's sparkling. Okay, now. Uh-oh. Get this little line on the back here, and maybe just the tops. This here. The edge highlight a little bit. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Okay. Just gotta get the edges here. There we go. That's all the gold highlighted. No, not all of it. Okay. It's all the gold highlighted. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with some dark aluminum. That's from Vallejo model color. And that gives a more oily, like gun barrel kind of look to it. So it's not just chrome gun barrel. It's more dark and more gritty. All right. And I do like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this over here. Apply that to the sword engine over here. This little grimy, darky kind of silver. Dark silver, dark aluminum. It's great. And I love using them. I love using them. Alrighty, it's looking good. All right, let me see. Yep. How cold is it in Virginia? It's pretty cold in Maryland tonight. You know who else is in Virginia? Eric Swinson. He lives around your neck of the woods. And I'm already asking, maybe he can do a local class. I'd love to meet up with him again. I mean, I shot the breeze. Sorry. I shot the breeze with him at one Nova Open. And that's when he won Best in Show. That was pretty cool. The Viking. Dude is tall and he has a glorious beard. And he's part Scandinavian, so he's part Viking, actually. And I could see it. If you ever met him in person, yeah, you can see it. All right, gotta hit this shoulder pad red again. That's the second coat. Come back and do a couple more coats with that too. So it's nice and even. It looks nice and soft. Nice and smooth. Smooth this out right here. There you go. That looks good. That looks good. All right. Next up, we're gonna go back with the black. I'm gonna clean this up because I had a boo-boo with the gold here. And cover that gold up with the black. All right, it's looking good. It's looking good. All right. Come off. It can't come off. Look at that. Some gold on his helmet. And I just took it off. That's awesome. It's because of the slow dry mix that I have. That's really cool. It gives me more time for me to clean up mistakes. It's slow dry, right? So that's a benefit. All right, let's go. One there. No, it is. It is this way. I was right the first time. So this one is the red one, and the other one's the black one. All right. Let's stop doing that. Okay, and this other one, that one should be black. That looks good. All right. It's looking good, looking good. All right. Starting to get there. Starting to get there indeed. Some people leave it right here and they say it's done. Not this guy, though. Though I might be done for tonight. Let me see. 2:24, man. 51 years old and I'll stay up as late as I used to. Starting to get tired and old. Tired and old at 51, over the hill. Yep. But I feel like I'm making a difference in the classroom, so it's important to me. My bosses are recognizing me, so that's pretty cool. Mhm. I'm gonna add the contrast in here with some more bone. Looked like some of it blended so much it didn't stand out anymore, and it had no pop. So I had to bring some more pop into that. All right, the non-metallic metal, the true metallic metal looks pretty good. Pretty snazzy, if you ask me. I'm here for it. Alrighty, let's see. First things first. Let's get the blades on this thing. That's an easy ask. All right, that's looking good. All right, I'll let that dry. That's looking good. I want to chromify it. What I do want to do is get this barrel of this gun. Yes, it's drilled out. I think it's a crime not to drill out your gun barrels. I think you should be prosecuted within the legal limits of the crime of not drilling out your gun barrels. I think that is those to look saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't know if you noticed, but you got to drill out your gun barrels there." What's a nice way to say that? Like you're in the game store, your partner or your opponent does not have their gun barrels drilled out. Does that matter to you? Like I don't know if I'd say anything, but it would bother me. I don't know why. Gotta drill out them gun barrels. It's like you gotta get off the you gotta get the mold lines. Like, come on, you gotta get the mold lines. At least get the mold lines, right? Oh my gosh. Barrels and mold lines. I guess if you can do that, you can master other techniques too, you know? Your dexterity improves. You know? Possibly. Okay. Cold. Yeah, it is. It is cold out here. What are you working on, if I might ask? Are you working on something right now? You're just hanging out. If you are working on something, I'd love to shout you out. Tips of these with Chrome. I'm not even going to get the other side. All right, now that's a little more shiny. Okay. 5 people in the chat. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying with me through this insane challenge. Painting this guy completely before 5 o'clock in the morning. Again, I'm not including the base. The base takes a long time to dry. So we construct the base. I don't know. I gotta wait for the glue to dry, and then I have to wait for the paint to dry, the primer to dry, and then I can get the paint. So it's a lot of watching paint dry. And when you're in the middle of the night, just watching your paint dry, that's to put me to sleep. It's way too calming for me. Way too calming. All right. Get in the bolts. Get in the bolts. I'm going to paint this star on his head as well, this diamond. I think I'm just going to paint the gold. You're just going to have a gold diamond instead of a red one, what you normally. All right, so I think what is next? Let me see. I think. All right. I think what is next is edge highlighting. But some people just leave it here. Nothing wrong with that. Just put some decals on. I won't do the decals tonight. Not that it takes too long. It might take too long for tonight. I'm trying here. Let me see what I got. Edge highlighting, huh? Okay, so time for my Raphael. Excuse me. A lot. That means I should drink some more water. Excuse me. It's so good. It's so refreshing. Okay. So let's see. Edge highlighting. That's where I was. So we're going to get sky blue. Which sky blue should I use? There's so many different kinds. How about I find this sky blue first? And then use it? Okay. Let's hit it with. This kiss, this kiss. Blue number 1. Do watercolors. Don't be rich. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a copious amount of water. We'll do that and some more flow. Some dry retarder. I'm going to take some of the blue and mix that in. It's nice and soft. All right, I'm going to take the excess off of here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just get the edge highlights in. Edge highlights can be tricky. Getting better with them, the more I paint, the better I get with them. Makes sense. The more practice I get. Practice doesn't make perfect, it just makes better. Because perfect is the enemy of finished. In other words, you can never be perfect. So you'll never finish. Just makes sense. Ooh, that's not good. Mm-hmm. Okay, just gonna make it a little lighter there. All right, let's see if we can get this here. We're gonna definitely dry that out. Okay. Let's see. Maybe too much. Let's get some more paint over here. Alrighty, now we're cooking. All right, I'm gonna get this edge right here. Let's see where we're at. I think it's a good test edge. I like that. All right, in order to get brush control when you're edge highlighting, I have learned that the slower you go, the more control you have. So when edge highlighting, instead of rushing through it, just take your time. Nice and slow. Nice and easy. Confident, but slow. Enjoy the process almost. It's almost like you're just enjoying the process. Yeah, I get it. That's some people painting, that's a foreign concept as far as just enjoying what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're creating. It's important. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. You don't have to rush through it. Although I get it. I was playing Age of Sigmar with my wife Sarah earlier today and yesterday, and we're going to play another game. And it's pretty awesome. What's not awesome is my Terrorgeist. I accidentally knocked into it and it fell onto the floor and it split into pieces. Now, luckily, we glued it up with super glue, so it shattered just along the tough edges. Like, it didn't break. It just, the pieces where I glued came unglued. So, bad news, my Terrorgeist broke. Good news, it is more than fixable. It's fine. So, but I get how addicting it is to want to paint up a unit and play it on the table. Like, I want to paint up Seraphons so bad right now so I can feel them. Or Skaven, actually. But I've been enjoying playing Seraphon lately. Thing about playing with your wife, no cheating. Which is great. You want to cheat somebody you're in bed with. Yeah, that would be bad. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. There, that's looking great. 5 epic chatters. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. I love edge highlighting because I wasn't always good at it. And I've improved. And I like where I'm at with it now. Perfect? No, of course not. Perfect's the opposite of done. But good. Not bad. I'm happy with it. I'm happy that it's going to go on my shelf and I'm going to display it. So that's the kind of the quality I'm chasing, going for the display. Now, that being said, I do play it as well. I don't paint it to play it, I paint it to display it. And then I happen to play it. This sucker has been cray cray. Okay. Where are we now? Okay. Okay. Go over here. And do some more edge highlighting. I love edge highlighting. I love edge highlighting. I'm okay. I work all night and I sleep all day. Lumberjack too. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff, this edge highlighting. Oh, goodness. I'm using my ones from the brush, so I should not use this for edge highlighting. I took the wrong brush. This is the one I should use for edge highlighting. So I think. I wasn't thinking. All right. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And the edge highlights are everywhere. You would think this is one of the steps that takes the longest. All right, let's just do the shoulder pads. Oh. Custodians, custodians. I love that we're getting custodian tanks and then there's no longer resin. They should have done that a long time ago. They're just phasing Forge World out. You know, all the stuff is going to be in plastic one day. And it's not that far off, you know? It's going to be soon. Not plastic, everything. Which I feel bad because I got a Tower Gnar. Basically, the Warlord Titan of the Tau. Gotta have a Tower Gnar. Okay. That's looking great. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Yep. Let's go to this edge right here. Someone to extol. Glasses, please. All right, edge highlighting. Edge highlighting. I'm gonna take some dry retarder. Okay. Go around this backpack. Fluffy little space marines. Fluffy little space marines. Didn't someone paint space marines like Care Bears? Funny. They should make Cat People Guard. They should officially make Cat People Guard. That's gonna be the next one after the Krieg, or maybe the Catachan. I don't know. But I think it would be a missed opportunity if they don't do the Cat People Guard. Men and women, of course. They'll satiate all the furries out there. Like that kind of stuff. Plus, I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. It'd be something I'd love to paint. I like to paint a lot of things. Why are you so obsessed? That's what Warhammer says. Why are you so obsessed with me? It's the grand design. Alrighty, let's see. Oh gosh, this is looking fantastic. I'm loving everything about this. Edge highlighting. It is looking fabulous. Like, I really, really love it. Okay, let's get this out of the way. It's really looking great. And I'm very happy. Now let's do the helmet. Okay, now. Okay, it's looking good. Oh, so good. Let me get this. Oh, nice. Nice. All right, good. It's looking good. Now I get this arm. We're almost done. Oh. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I paint next? I want to paint Seraphon. I really want to paint Seraphon, but I like Seraphon. I'm gonna paint Seraphon in my pink and blue style because I am not afraid to paint things pink. People are, believe it or not. I can't paint pink. That's silly. You're denying yourself. From all the wondrous colors, you gotta paint them all. Don't be hung up on that. Don't be hung up on stuff. Life's too short. The older I get, the more I realize that. Life's too short to criticize yourself too much. Life's too short to continuously re-guess yourself. Commit to something. It's okay. Commit to something positive in your life. It'll change your life forever. Make a difference. Be a part of something bigger than just yourself. Love other people. They'll love you back. Life can be too cruel without friendship, without love, without caring for each other. It shouldn't be that way. It should be. We all kind of pitch in and care. I lived in New York, so I experienced a lot of people not caring. Sad. It always made me sad. I moved here, and now a lot of people showed me that caring is normal. People care about each other. Nothing wrong with that. People are not afraid to express how they feel anymore. And I think that's kind of beautiful. What's happening in Iran is bugging me. It's making me sad. Because I have empathy for people. So sad. Oh, now when you say that, because really I do have a coworker that put me onto it. Because normally the news makes me so sad. I get recaps here and there, you know. But I don't want to stay listening to news all day because also makes me sad. Very, 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 very sad. So we can take a respite from it. Helps me out. That being said, still sad. Worst kind of potato there is, a dictator. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, it is. I think it's all edge highlighted up. It's edge highlight. Now for blacklighting. And once we're done blacklighting, you know what we can do? I'm gonna get this red inside the red inside the lens cap. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a nice Wazdaka. Oh, it's Evil Sun Scarlet. A nice bright red. I'm gonna do that. And then some orange. Troll Slayer? No, Wild Rider Red. Wild Rider Red. Nice little orange. It's bright orange. We'll do that too. Rinse this out. Let's do some eyes, baby. Alright, let's see. I got my goggles on. So this is how I do eyes. For bright orange. Alright. Looks like glowing. That looks like glowing. That's pretty good. I can take these things off. Those are nice face painting glasses. Alright, that looks really good. Now for black lighting. I see there's an end to this. You can see it. Oh no, I did not edge highlight the guns. I always seem to forget that. It kind of bugs me because I always seem to forget that. I'm going to take some dry retarder, some flow improver, and some water. And mix it all into this blue. It's going to be nice and flowy. Let's some of that. Let's see. It's better. Some more. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go. Dreaming. All right, and then this goes. That's so dark. You know, I'm not sure. Oh, I see. Trying to use it like a non-transparent paint, but it is a very transparent paint, so there's no reason for me to do that, to treat it like anything but a very transparent paint. Kind of nerve-wracking. All right, that's pretty good. Some more of this. You got a lot of what it takes to get along. Okay, let's go. All right, now we're gonna get the edges here. All right, and over here. Alrighty. 6 legends in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me while I paint up this Space Wolf. A lot of zany conversations, but one is being circulated that there is, and indeed, a female space custode. 30K. So, and we're painting up this Space Wolf. It's driving me crazy because this thing, this part right here, is not wanting to comply. It's not listening to me. Just need some more water. And a couple more coats. All right, while that dries, I'll put another one. What am I do? I'm gonna do. Take this silver. I'm gonna add this to the rim over here. All right, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna add it down here. This gritty, oily silver onto the cartridge. Maybe the clip. There it is. That's looking better. I missed something. All right, time for black lining. Now that we did this, we can black line, and of course I'm using my Micron 005 pen to do some my black lining, and I'm just gonna trace out. That's all. Follow the lines, nice and gently, slowly. This method is not forgiving. This one is either you make a straight line or you do not make the straight line. If you do not make the straight line, repairing that might be difficult. Simply because it takes longer for ink to dry than acrylic paint. So you might wait quite some time before you can paint over it. And in that time, it's what messing with your head. You're not a good painter. You made a mistake. That kind of stuff. You have all this time now to reflect upon it. What do I do with all that? I just paint another part of the mini. I don't let it obsess me. I keep on pressing on. In the end, when I'm 100% done, that's when I'll say, I like it. But here's the tip. I'm not going to like it unless it's 100% done. Oh, goodness. I am a trip sometimes. I think it's best to take him off this, especially since I'm working with this marker, and I am going to have to change the angle frequently. Like, again, not touching the model, but at the same time, I need to stabilize it. And I need to get these lines in right the first time, as in full stop. So I have to know exactly where I'm putting the lines and not make any missteps. No pressure, though. None at all. Thing is, you might get too comfortable and then you get sloppy. So I try not to get too comfortable. Or too confident. Be bold. Be confident. Be reckless. All right. There's a fine line. I mean, it's a broad line, actually. I don't think it's that very fine at all. You can tell. I hope you can tell if you're being arrogant. All right. I try not to be. Okay. Face. Face. I'm sorry, I think that whistle when I'm doing faces. Is that, do you have some weird custom? I do faces, I exhale. And I don't know, it calms me for some reason. I'm such a weirdo. Ah, that's okay. I'm uniquely me. I'm comfortable with who I am. Okay. All right. No mistakes so far. Taking my time. Make sure I have a firm grip. I know exactly where I'm going with the pen, aka the marker. Very confident, slow moving strokes. Very confident, slow moving strokes. Straight. Ah, that's so good. Yep. Okay, they meet. Anything else? Yeah. Ain't gonna get much down there. All right, let me see. That's looking pretty good now. The only thing I need over here is you. I'm gonna go. You are part of the backpack. I mean, part of the shoulder pad. Just glorious, by the way. That's looking good. That is looking good. All right, let me show you 4 decals. Actually, it's not done yet. I always miss something. Piece that together. I used to be so intimidated by blacklining, and then I found this way, which is my best way. It's the one I'm most comfortable with. There are other methods, and other methods are just as valid. I just feel more comfortable using a micron pen to do all the blacklining. It's really great. So let's give this another blue. I'm gonna get the other gel based paint, and I am, which is amaranth blue. Okay, I'm gonna give that a shake. And amaranth blue is all over the place. Amaranth blue is going to have like its own zip code or something. Oh, there's just so much of it get wasted there. That sucks. I'm never gonna shake it like that again. I keep saying that and I keep forgetting. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. All right. That's looking good. Let's wet blend a little. Right on the model. Yeah. And then you. Okay. All right. That's looking good. All right. All right. Yeah, aside from the decals, maybe I'll paint this red. Why don't I do that? Paint this side red. Same principle here. You want to do a couple of thinner coats. So this way you don't really see any of the brush strokes. Add red. Maybe I'll do some freehand on this guy. It's so easy to do. I've been using decals for stuff. I think I'll do a full video on how I do the tribal symbols. A neat little video, quick little tutorial. That would be kind of cool. 7 legends in the chat, 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 a.m. Drink some more water. That's the last of it. That's the last of my water. But I'm pretty much done. Like, I need decals, right? And I need to make a base. I could do some damage, but I don't know. I'll do that later when the decals are on. I'm pretty much finite. Not so shabby. 2 hours of work, I think. Not too bad. I'm happy with 2 hours of work. Okay. The Beaky's looking great. Look at him. He's gonna get to his friend's caliber. I'll get there. Real good. Fun. Or his friend, or his other friend. How you doing? Oh, this one's nice. Yeah, you're getting there. Just have to have a base. This one has a Necron on it, but I have Thousand Suns. I think I'm gonna just do the Thousand Suns. Yep. My Bitsbots just expanded, but there it is, folks. I painted one of my Space Marines. Just paint. No details, no snow or anything like that. Just no effects. Just the paint. And I think it came out really well. I'm going to do another pass at this once it dries. Then I guess I might just call it. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. And see, it didn't take too long to get this sucker done to quality I'm happy with. It just takes as long as it takes for you to get to a quality you're happy with. You say, you know what? I'm good. This looks great. It looks fun. I improved something. I learned how to wetland, or I learned how to do this activity, or I tried to do eyes, or I'm not saying you have to succeed at doing it. You just tried it, You say, I'm going to try to do eyes a little better. What can I do? What can I research? How can I get better? Some lighter red to this on the top. Okay, I'm going to add some of that lighter red to this. Oh, this is looking great. Oh, goodness. I love my wolves. This is so much fun. But I have so many other things I want to paint. I did not paint the gem. What am I thinking? You sir, are gonna get a glow up. There. A bit orange, like boop, 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 boop. There it is. There it is. It's looking good. All right, what else? Oh, I wanted to put some. I wanted to paint you white, like bone white. So spruce you up over here. Okay. Well, as far as anything else, I need a wash to go in between. So I'm thinking brown. Seraphon Sepia. The hero. Seraphon Sepia. All right, Sepia. To get into the middle of the crack. All right, now that looks a little outlined, so I'm gonna have to take some of that away. But I like where that's going. I like where that is. I'm gonna definitely something wrong with my nose. Definitely gonna leave it there. When it comes to that. Except for I'm not, because I'm going to paint this. Oh, why did I do that? All right. I'm just going to have to take this out. And we're going to start again with Seraphon Sepia. All right. Let's see if we can do this again. Okay. This time I'm not messing with it. Just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to paint over later when that dries. That might take a while to dry because shades take a long time to dry. In any case, did you like it? How is it? Pretty good? Yeah, I think so too. I think it's all right. Is this going in a museum? No, it's not. Is it going to look hecka good on the tabletop? Heck yeah, it is. It's going to look really cool on the tabletop. It's going to be the oohs and ahs that's going to bring people to the game, and they're going to be like, yes. Love Tyson's looks T-Sons looks T-Sons, bro, not T-Sons. I have T-Sons. Now that's a lot of T-Sons, because I want to paint Magnus. See, I want to paint the Primarch, and then I figured I might as well get the whole army, you know, because that's logic, right? I'm going to do a series as Warhammer truly addicting, and do people like me have a problem? I just might. So it might be the turn of events that might change the course of the history of my existence. You know, just small things. Okay. All right, now is there anything else? Man, this is fun. It's really fun. Oh, should I put the decals on it? Or am I done? I don't know. 3:18 in the morning. I'm going to put some more red on the knee. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. There. You're a good buddy. Put some on the shoulder pad too. Let's get you over here. Oh, yeah. Glaze. Red in the middle. Just going to push the pigment to the middle so it can shine bright like a diamond. Shine the brightest in the middle. There. And let's go like that. Similarly, you can do this with your Custodes vehicle if you were so inclined. All right. That looks good. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. So we're going to put the markings, battle markings on both sides. I'll put some over here. I'll put probably a rune on this side, or battlefield trait. One of those, what are they called? Goodness. Saga markings. I'll put some saga markings on here, but and then maybe put a number in the back because I like to have fun. And that's pretty much it with the miniature. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot it into a base, a snowy base, put it together and let it dry. But as far as the miniature, I painted him up to where I want him. I think he's really good. I think the beaky is shining. It has a highlight on there because I had a zenithal before I started, and I'm just painting in the bits. I do want to finish this one thing though. Watch me mess it up. Wolf skull. Wolf skull's getting picked out. Nice little highlight. Okay. Yep. All right. So we'll recap and then I'll call it. All right. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go into this side here. Hallelujah. I finished painting a Space Marine. Didn't do the decals yet because that's not really painting. And that could be for another show. And it's late. So there's that. All right. I don't even know how many hours this is. Well, I want to thank everyone who has been in the chat and has been watching for this long. You guys are the goat. I am going to. I'm going to take the mic with me. That would be good. I'm going to set the mic in front of the computer so I can speak there freely. And I'm going to definitely knock over my other camera. Alrighty. So yes, thanks. Glorious thanks, and you're welcome. And the female custodies. Let's go. All these custodian guards look amazing. And so do the dreadnoughts and the tanks. Everything looks really cool. And I'm very happy for that. Blood Bowl. Yeah, it's okay. I got to get into third season. Elves. Okay. I mean, if that's your thing, I'm happy it exists. I am really loving this box because I don't have anything in this box and I could use everything in that box. So there. All right. Let me see. Osirok Bone Reapers is cool. This is a really great box too. As far as this, I mean, Red Corsairs, let's go. There's a book. We have Eldar. I'm happy for the Eldar people. And finally, Red Corsairs, my favorite paint scheme for Chaos. I really like that. And these are blank, so you can use, you know, create your murals or whatever it is you want to put on there. You can paint up more fists or something like that if you want to, or just leave it blank. Leave it blank for people who don't want to they just want to paint, you know. Anywho, that being said, thank you all for watching. You guys are goated for doing that. Evan says, good night, guys. LOL. And good night, y'all. Thousand Suns. LOL. Looks great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all you. I really appreciate all of you, especially those people in the chat and that interact with us here in the Miniatures Paintbrush. And I'm really happy that I got to spend this time with you. Like, it really does mean something to me. And I appreciate you. And there is much love in the TMP. So I'm going to stop recording. Let's go into Steam is over. I love every single one of them. Remember to paint every miniature to increase at least one skill. May your backlog get ever smaller. Peace. And whoosh.